Hi and welcome to one of many update videos that I hopefully will be posting every week to let you guys know what I'm doing. Uh, so this week I started working on a castle that we're gonna use for an exterior map. I'm gonna have a pretty big exterior, so I tried to make this castle as low poly as possible, and then just uh, making it look better with normal map and texture. I'm looking at concept art that my colleague drew, or friend drew, so just following the concept art and modeling. It's pretty good to look back at these videos, because when I did this, I looked back at this video and I saw some problems there that I didn't see before, so I just fixed them, and that was is pretty good. You can learn a lot by watching yourself work. I'm just adding the pieces so they match up together inside the program. I'm just deleting the back faces of the mesh, so you can't you're not going to be able to see that in the game. So I'm just saving some polygons for the engine, because the Amnesia engine isn't that powerful, so I'm trying to keep it as low poly as possible. Here I start to UV unwrap, and that's basically I'm marking seams, these red seams that split the mesh into 2D image on the you see there on the left. So then later when I put these into Photoshop, I can texture them and yeah, give them texture. I didn't finish this castle this week. Hopefully I will do that next week. But I'm gonna add some more detail on the front and then start texturing. So yeah. I started working on a fence to just again try and keep it as low poly as possible. I just searched some reference picture on the internet and found a pretty good one, and I just basically put together a few cubes, and it became pretty good. In the end, there was three different variants of it, and looked pretty good in the final result. Here's the fence UV that I'm texturing. And, a good thing to know when you're texturing is to have layers, so you don't, if you want to change the color of your or mixture with the light or color levels of the texture, it's good if you have layers, so you can do that individually and everything. Here I'm just merging layers together so I can mixture with the levels and giving them another feel, basically. So yeah, again, just mixturing with the levels and changing the color of the fence. Wanted this to be a bit rotten and a bit dark to help giving this creepy atmosphere that we're gonna have on our map. Here I'm just adding a normal map with the X normal filter in Photoshop, adding specular from the normal map to just adding the normal map, see if it works in Blender. changing the size to fit, and just seeing if making sure that you can put them next to each other and they're not colliding or anything. Here I created a new map, a new folder inside our FB exterior. Just putting the model in the programs to make it work in the engine later. I started working on a welder too, or I've been working on some models for a set lately, and this is basically just a welder but with a top and bottom and backside, so you can use it for detailing or maybe put down a broken or something. Here I'm just taking out the noticeable dots so you don't see the pattern, because it looked a bit weird on top there. Just again adding a normal map, mixing with the levels, and then making a specular. Adding it in model view to give it a matte file so that I then can open the material editor to give it texture. Here's a custom map that I made. Still not basically just have walls and welders in it. So I'm gonna be working on that more after I finish the exterior stuff. In the end, I'm pretty happy about the welder and the fence. It came out pretty good, in my opinion. Here's the final result of the fence. Here's the slightly off one. It's a bit broken there. Here's the normal one, and here's the broken one that I made. I'm pretty happy about how they turn out. And now over to the welders. You can see a bit of texture fault there, but I think it turned out pretty good. Looks pretty good in the engine too, and in game. So that was everything for this week, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.